Hiya, my name is Zoe and I'm the head of fundraising and communications at Caring Together. We're a charity based in the east of England, so we cover Norfolk, Cambridgeshire, and Peterborough. And I'm looking for someone to come and work with me and work with my colleagues as our new partnerships manager. Caring Together is a charity that supports unpaid carers. And if you don't know what that is, you're not alone. So lots of people, when we talk about carers and unpaid carers, they're not sure what that is, even if they're a carer themselves. So it can take 2 years before somebody actually realizes, gosh, yes, that's me, I'm a carer. So let me just explain a little bit about what unpaid carers, who unpaid carers are. So they could be any age, and they are supporting and looking after somebody. And that person could be somebody who has a disability. So it could be a parent, it could be a partner, it could be a child, it could be a grown up child. So it could be somebody with a disability, it could be somebody with a health problem, a physical health problem or a mental health problem, a long lasting, long term health problem. It could be somebody looking after someone who is elderly and frail as well. So we have unpaid carers who are looking after mum or dad. We have unpaid carers who are looking after their husband or wife. It can be something like dementia that they have. It could be somebody who's had an accident and has a brain injury afterwards. It could be somebody who's had a stroke. It could be somebody with schizophrenia who needs support. So as I say, it could be a partner, it could be a spouse, it could be a child, grown up child looking after mum or dad, could be somebody looking after their brother or sister, could be somebody looking after a friend as well. It doesn't have to be a family member. So it's somebody who's taking on that caring role and often is giving up a great deal to be able to do that. So 600 people a day give up their job to take on a caring role. And actually, caring is really, really common. So 3 in 5 of us will become an unpaid carer during our lifetime. That's most of us will become an unpaid carer looking after somebody. So why do unpaid carers need help and support? Why does Caring Together exist? Well, I think in a way, the best way for me to explain that would be to tell you the story of a lady called Annie, who I spoke to a few months ago now. And her partner had or has heart problems. So he'd previously had a heart attack. He had some ongoing heart problems. He also had back problems, which was really painful, caused a problem with his mobility and his ability to just do things for himself and do things around the house. So Annie had been working. She gave up her work to look after her partner and to support him. But what she found was that she became really isolated. So obviously for her, her work was obviously income, but it was also a way to meet people and mix with people. And she had friendships at work. And so she lost those things. And lots of friends dropped away as well because as a couple, they couldn't do the things that they would have done previously. And her partner was very frightened. Frightened of having another heart attack. And so he wanted Annie to be there with him all the time. When she went out, he would text her continuously to ask when she was going to be back and how long she was going to be. And it made her feel under incredible pressure. So she was struggling financially because she had lost her job and the couple were reduced to being on benefits. She was struggling with isolation and loneliness because she'd lost her friendships. And she was struggling with this pressure to be at home with her partner all the time because of his fears and his anxieties. And it got to the point for Annie that one day she just literally just fell apart, and she was literally pulling her hair out, and in a really really bad way. And at that point, she called her doctor, and thankfully, her doctor knew about Caring Together and knew that we could help her, and that's what we have done. So. We were able to direct her to a bursary that would relieve some of the financial pressure. Our helpline spoke to her at length and have spoken to her on a number of occasions to help her to realise that she has to look after her own well-being to be able to support her partner. So we've provided that sort of support ongoing and directed her to other forms of support we offer as well, that she may or may not take up. So things like hubs we have where carers can get together and meet and share experiences. We have a counselling service. And we have a whole suite of other services and support for carers as well. So people like Annie are out there taking on this huge role, this huge sacrificial role very often, and yet can find it really, really hard and feel that they're without support, and they're kind of dumped in it and left to get on with it. And we don't want people to feel like that. So why this role? So our partnerships manager is a completely new role. So really exciting because it's a chance to shape the role and to lead something really, really new. And what we're looking for is somebody to work with local companies in particular. We've already done quite a lot of work in this area to prepare the way, to think about what we can offer companies, how we can partner with companies, and we want to now pursue that in a much more proactive way, and that's where you come in. We're looking for somebody with experience in fundraising, but it might not be corporate fundraising. It might be that you've led on work that's to do with legacy fundraising. It could be that you're an individual giving fundraiser. It could be that you're a community fundraiser. But we just want somebody with those key fundraising skills to come in and take on this exciting new role. And we want you to have a passion for fundraising. Fundraising is an incredible job, an incredible career to have, and it really, really changes people's lives. We see the impact of it daily in our work at Caring Together, and we want somebody who will come in with that passion and that drive and that enthusiasm to be part of our fundraising team. It's a great role, huge flexibility. So it's 30 hours a week. When those hours of work, the patterns of work are very, very flexible. We are looking for somebody who'll come into the office in St Ives, Cambridgeshire, on a Thursday morning. That's so that we as a fundraising team can be together and work together, because that just informal communication and being with each other is just so important. But it's a hybrid role, so a lot of it can be worked at home, some of it in the office. You'll be out and about, you'll be meeting people, making connections, really, really exciting stuff. I'm the manager of this role. I hope you can see that I have an informal approach. We're just looking for a team who will work really well together. We support each other, and your own well-being is really, really important, and your own responsibilities as well, in terms of your own caring responsibilities, your own family responsibilities, are also really important. We'd love for you, if you feel this role fits with your own experiences and your skills, please put an application into us, and it would be lovely to have more of a chat with you. Thank you.